Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney, and a whole boatload of cash. That is what Wrexham AFC have run into, on the verge of going down to the National League North, the third oldest club in England. We're on the brink. The Welsh team play their football at the Racecourse Ground, over in Wales, of course, where they're situated, and consisted of a bit of an aging squad, including Shawnee Pearson, Grimsby legend. The previous regime had the club in all sorts of trouble, especially with the stadium and the cup stand, but Rob and Ryan have completely sorted it out, bringing Hollywood money to resurface the pictures, get the TikTok sponsor, and just turn the club inside out. Now, battling it out with Notts County at the top of the National League. They were very close last season, picked to the post by Stockport County, and then bringing up the best moment in the National League ever, where Luke Waterfall scored in the 5-4 victory to send Grimsby Town up to League 2 and keep Wrexham in the National League. And yes, they are a 5th division club, but today we're going to replace them with Rochdale at the bottom of League 2, and we're hopefully going to build up the Welsh Dragons all the way up to the Premier League and Champions League. Yes, people, welcome back. Another rebuild, the hardest one that we will ever do. We're literally coaching a National League side. Guess you could say that about Rochdale. Sorry, Rochdale fans, but we're back again. Phil Parkinson is the man in charge of Wrexham. Will he be in charge for long? I think Rob and Ryan have got faith. Over a $3 million budget, double what League 2 clubs have, and we're going to place them in League 2, hoping, not swapping them with Grimsby, bit cheeky that, hoping that we can hopefully get straight out of the division. We've got a good side here at the Racecourse Ground. What a rebuild this should be. I was controversial about rebuilding these because, of course, Grimsby's games with them, but I've got a coach, bloody Ollie Palmer and Paul Mullin scored a penalty against us that wasn't, and a handball. And I promise I'm not going to make this about my own team, so we're going to just focus fully on Wrexham and get the best team out there, which is, it's a top half, or bottom half, should I say, League 1 club. Don't be fooled by the league position in real life, as that is the strongest side we can put out. It's obvious where we need to strengthen. McFadzean probably needs replacing. He was a signing from League 1. And maybe another right wing back. And the first thing we do in these saves is just dance straight to the academy. Leon Lancaster, we always got a good academy player. And only a 1-star scout for this mission. Bradley Wells, the Englishman, is going to Wales. Do they want us to take this importantly? They do. A player from each position, then everything else is pretty low. However, the title, they want it winning. They want us dancing straight up, and they want us reaching the round of 16 in the FA Cup. They'll run round off in real life. And the first game of the season will be away at Blundell Park to Grimsby. Will they actually get revenge on us? Up the game against Coventry as well. One of the teams they did beat in their FA Cup run this year. And we lose the first player here. We're going to get a loanee out in one of the youngsters. Jake Birkenstaff going over to Kristansson. That's just basically making room for Lancaster. And we get his first player into the club. An actual Welshman. A young one as well. What a signing this should be for the future. We sign Isaac Davies from Cardiff City, so a little bit of a rivalry sale just going there, but I'm glad to have him on board. We're definitely building this squad up, as there's another player walking through our doors. For the season, Christopher Clayson comes over from Leeds United, doing a lead save on the channel if you want to check it out. This guy is 66 overall. Goalkeepers were aging, so we're building a thick squad here, and thick of very decent ballers. And we've got another player joining the club. This one is one of them fullbacks that we needed. Grimmer is joining from Wickham. Very good rating. There it is, just for under $500,000. And as soon as we got one decent player in, we've got another one waiting in the academy. Only 15-year-old so far, but Adam Collins. And it's only outgoings to come in now, like Ryan Austin going to Swindon on loan. And we've even got Dan Davies out, a youngster, going over to Finn Harps in Ireland. And Max Clethworth, I think that might be the last bit of business we do before diving into the season. That is the team that we're going to be taking into the rest of it. We've got positions covered. We've swapped Ford over to left wing back. He's the lowest rated, but I've still got faith. Davies, just homegrown. This team, Lancaster as well, should be going to League 1. And we've simulated halfway through the season, and look at this. We're still in a cup. I don't know if it's the FA or the Carabao, but Fulham, a Premier League team. And to be fair, we suffered the injury to Clayson this season. I think he's been out for like 3 months. He's been a big loss. The rest of the team growing rather well. Definitely tell it's a good season for Lancaster and Paul Mullin. It's the round of 64 that we're in. Oh, round 3 as it's known. We're against Fulham. Any big win, we beat Lincoln City, and we don't get to see round 1. We were knocked out of the Caribbean in the 4th round. We made it against Barnsley on penalties. Did we cause any big upsets in this? We beat Wolves 3-1. Not even that. We beat Brentford on penalties 5-4, so it's safe to say the Carabao Cup, we've beaten 2 Prem sides already whilst in League 2. As we're reaching them in the league, top of it, 3 defeats, 10 draws is a lot, but top of League 2, it looks like Wrexham may be taking that step to League 1, which of course Ryan and Rob really desperately need. Money-wise for the remainder of the season, we have 1 million. If we spend that or not, I'm not sure. And we do get a player out in this window. Sam Dalby, brought in as a new signing in real life, but is not of use in League 2. As Villarreal wanting to buy Leon Lancaster. Good bit of money, you know. We never do sell as youngsters early on. That is because I like to save money, but I feel like with this storyline being around Paul Mullin, Lancaster takes the shine off him a bit. And he is an Englishman, so we're going to accept Lancaster's bid because we have another player in the academy. And there we go, he does leave the club for 4 million. I know I could have got 1 million more. I don't care that much. We're Wrexham, we're a team. We'll move together, money or not. And we're having a meeting about progression. Alright, why is that? Brand exposure. I mean, we've literally got TikTok followers all over the world. We've got it on his t-shirt, and we've got Hollywood owners. And give me my new brilliant player that we just managed to pull off signing. Peterborough accept just under 2 million for Harrison Burrows. What a player. He's a very small one, but he's a wing-back at 21-year-old and fits the formation like a glove. But we haven't stopped there, though. Guess what? Another Welshman. This time a striker. Just over 1 million for Aaron Collins from Gas. We've brought him from Bristol Rovers. The league above. Coming down, I think he's a very decent rating, you know. 69 rated, even higher than Lancaster. Please, boys, win this league. And it's time to promote him. Just a little bit towards the end of the season here. Adam Collins will go into the first team. 65 rated, 5-star skills. Just an amazing little De Bruyne-esque player to join Wrexham. And I'm not revealing anything for another 2 seconds. And come end of the season, 91 points has seen us going to League 1 with ease. We finished, what, 7 points clear of second place? A lot clearer of the playoffs, so even just under 20 points. Grimsby are in the playoffs. Last mention. I promise. Team looks like this. For next season, we lose Lainton, the goalkeeper. We lose Clayson, who's, of course, finished his loan deal. And we lose Howard, who is 36-year-old. So I think we know which position to sign in. Overall, though, these boys that you do see in front of you have done perfectly well. I mean, Collins stepping out of the academy, even knocking Lee, the new signing in real life, straight out of the squad. Centre-back could do with strengthening. I mean, Grimmer can play there as well. Very, very successful. Good stuff. And I think our squad is definitely good enough to stay in the division above. So starting season number 2, of course, in the top division. Hey, that's Tom Dixon-Peters going for Player of the Month. And he actually won it. Get in there for the Grimsby lad. Anyway, we're in the division above Grimsby right now with Wrexham in the group stages of the tournament. But these are all teams in our level. Team looks like this. Goalkeeper, 100% priority for this year. Also signing some of these players up to new deals. 6 million. Phil Parkinson has a little bit of room to manoeuvre. Still, it's not that much. However, the squad is good enough, I think, to compete. And the board definitely agree with me. Fight for promotion is the aim. Let's give it a good shot. And as we touched on, Mark Howard has left and he's picked Tranmere Rovers. And we begin with a huge signing, really. Luke Freeman, experienced at the Championship. I don't think he's the highest rated right now. Oh, only 67. That's worse than I thought. And another free agent. This one is a bit of a better one. Luke Freeman comes into the club as well. He's got an in-game face here for the League 1 campaign. As we've got James Lawrence. What a player he is. He's 69 rated. Centre-half. Captain material, if you ask me. There's one that might not be the captain, but could get in the team. Kean Griffith is just an 18-year-old youngster that we found, but 64 rated at 17 or 18. And we're adding another big boy to the club. Again, another one travelling up the I'd say A1 motorway. I'm not sure, but he's coming from Luton. This one's Tom Lockyer. He had a howler against Danilo Orsi. Won't mention that again. But a free agent, 72 rated Welshman. Keeping the Welsh theme alive as this is the last free agent, I promise you. Chris Maxwell, a Welshman, is a goalkeeper, but I don't know if he's going to be the backup or starter. 67 rate. And we lose a player. Kai Evans going out on loan. It's like every transaction we have doesn't require money. And another player we lose, actually going to a championship club. Thomas O'Connor to Bristol City, and that's cost them just under $1 million. And that lets us steal one of their players. A youngster travelling from Bristol City all the way to Wales. It joins the Hollywood owners. Kane Wilson. He looks an amazing right wing back. Just cost us 1.8. He's on the verge of 70 rated. Perfect player. Team now I have full faith. Should be really pushing for promotion. And I thought we'll cash in some players. James Jones going to Chindia. And Jack Grimmer as well. One of his first signings. Already leaving for almost $1 million. That's steal when we got Kane Wilson in. And Paul Mullin will be shaking in his boots because we've signed Tom Bradshaw from the league above in Millwall. It's cost us less than $1 million. He's getting old, but the Welshman knows how to get goals in League One. Dan Davis leaves as well, which I think will be the last bit of business that we've done right now. You know the team, and Wilson and of course Bradshaw added to it. How will it do halfway through the season? As also Jordan Tunnicliffe. Forgot he left, but he is going for 600k to Huesca. As how we near the championship. Hey, we're doing okay for ourselves. 5th in the league. If you would have offered me that at the start of the season, I would have snatched your hand off. It's only 4 points off second as well, which is the automatic place. And rating-wise in the squad, it's Paul Mullin. Paul Mullin, Kane Wilson, Lockyer and Burrows all carrying the squad. It's decent as well here at Wrexham because all the reserves are actually quite good as well as the players on the bench. There's less players because we have a cup game next, if you're worried about that. And yeah, very happy overall. Very happy. Collins still improving. And we've got 2 games in hand because of a cup run, but we're just clinging on to the playoffs. Automatics is impossible. And we did actually lose both games against Barnsley and Forest Green. So, Rotherham in the playoffs. As the first leg is a 3-2 win. We've beaten Rotherham at the racecourse. Get in there, lads, as the second leg. Could we actually do it? We do. 2-0. Super Paul Mullin and Bryce Hosanna off that bench. We've loaned a player out for next season in the meantime, but this squad, come on, we can do this. I mean, when we've got 70 rated strikers, it just proves we're good enough for that championship. Peterborough in the final at Wembley Stadium. Come on, Phil Parkinson loves a promotion under his belt. And can he get it? You bet he does. We just got into the playoffs by the skin of our teeth. But Paul Mullin, Poku's going for them. Davies, a youngster, and Elliot Lee send us from Wembley to the championship. 2 promotions in 2 seasons. Who were the main contributors towards this, you ask? Super Paul Mullin. He scored 30 goals all year. What a just season for him. 60 games. 60 games he played. Collins scored 20, so a lot from him. Freeman with the double-digit club both sides. Burrows with plenty assists. Our fullback's doing very nice. But Bradshaw only with the 3 goals. After signing for quite a bit. As Manchester United win the Carabao Cup, we went out in round 4 to Brentford on pens. Admirable. We usually do well against the Prem teams. Did we have a Prem team in this? Did we get to round 4? We did. We were hammered by the Hammers, which is fitting, but still got that far. Scraped it by 3 points as it's us, Sheffield Wednesday and Millwall going through, and it's a big goodbye to Shrewsbury, Mansfield, Burton and Bristol Rovers. Very positive season if you ask me. 2 positive seasons. Championship Wrexham, Hollywood Wrexham, whatever you want to call us, we'll be back again. And Wrexham are here in the championship. Something tells me this won't be far off in real life, as will it be the first time ever we've done back-to-back-to-back promotions all in a row? Team that we're using looks like this. The budget looks like that in 8 million. And the board want mid-table. Let's give this a go. And Harry Lennon is the first player to leave the club this season. So +2 requirements. We go ahead and sign our first player. Yep, a free agent. Morgan Fox. And I've got 2 free agents coming into the club, and then that should be it for this season, actually. No promises, though. As Tyrese Forner is the first one coming in. He was recently at Reading and Nottingham Forest. As following him in through the doors is Tyler Roberts. That fills his midfield up a bit. You could possibly say he plays up front as well. But we have signed our own striker, and a young one at that. I have heard of this guy recently enough. Evan Ferguson is coming across from Brighton Hove Albion in the TikTok sponsor from Freiburg actually, but he's at Brighton in real life. It's cost us just under 3.8 million. And we bring in an old friend. We've got Clayson. There we go. Just under 1.5 million. Back to Wrexham. It was here in League 2, of course. And we actually lose a player we only just signed. Not Anthony Ford, who does leave for $500,000. And not Ryan Austin, actually, who's left for 12 months. It should be another one after this. Please show his face. Not him as well. Tom Bradshaw. There we go. Just under 1.5 million, which is pretty decent for him. And a bit of spring cleaning as Sam Dalby goes on a loan to buy. Callum McFadzean follows him out the back door. And Reece Hall-Johnson is out the door. And this is the squad that we've built to go into this season with. They want a mid-table finish. I think this should finish around bottom half mid-table. I'm confident with this bench, with this first team. It definitely should survive. And where are we? Are we clear? Yes, we are. We're clear by 7 points. It's exactly really where I thought we'd be. Very, very far away from the playoffs. Yes, it's like 14 points, so I don't think we can dream about that this season. Cup-wise, we were beaten on penalties in round 4 of the Carabao, so we did give it a good go. And overall, the squad looks pretty decent. The ratings are slowly going up, but a couple of unhappy faces there. And apart from loaning out one of our youngsters in Pearson, who's now at the reserves, it makes 3 lines of reserves. And of course, a very good squad, which I don't see me improving anymore this season with the money we have. And at the end of the season, we finished 10th. Very good for the championship. 19 points off of the playoffs. As how did we do in this FA Cup? I'm guessing we might not have got through. No. Round 4 to West Ham. We're always bloody playing West Ham. Team looks very decent and Ferguson, he has grown so much as a player, and Wilson at right wing back. Burrows and Collins a little bit behind, but Collins has the age gap, and of course, what a team this is. Was the top scorer ever in any doubt? It's Super Paul Mullin, joint with Ferguson, who's played 9 games less and got 2 more assists, so Evan Ferguson is coming through, fighting with Mullin to be the best at Wrexham. We're straight back into it for the second season, where I'm hoping it is 4 seasons and then 3 promotions. I've got myself settled in with some banana chips. Unlike Wrexham with their millions, we're not sponsored. Got to try and improve this team. Ferguson, of course, the good one, and Wilson. Got 6 million in the budget because before we got straight into this season, I did do all the wages, so everyone signed up, and it's took its toll on the budget. And we start off with a Premier League signing, coming to Wales where he's from. We've gone ahead and signed Chris Mepham, just 3 million from, of course, Bournemouth in the Premier League, back to Wales, back with Wrexham, and it's in the back of our defence. As we lose Ryan Austin to a loan deal, and we sell an original for good money. We've sold O'Connell. He has gone to Clermont for almost 1.5 million, giving us the money to bring in Ronnie Edwards, 22-year-old. We had him in our Grimsby save. This time we've got him at Wrexham. It feels bittersweet doing that, but he's a brilliant player. With the third and final signing, I've got to say, not being Edwards walking in, but a huge goalkeeper. We have Klassen, but Danny Ward walks through the doors. Yes, Danny Ward, 75 rated, another Welshman. You can see we are sticking to the Welsh theme. The underdogs are going to keep underdogging, and we're going to, of course, go and abide by McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds' rules of having it a bit homegrown. The board do want a crucial midfielder, which I'll keep my eye out on. Of course, we're doing the youth development always, and they want to fight for promotion. Let's give the board what they want. And a huge bid coming in for Evan Ferguson. We are yet to get the best out of him. He's staying at Wrexham. And we've signed a big final player. This is that midfielder. Gone ahead and got Ross Barkley. He's gone closer to home, of course, his home being Liverpool. He's very close, just in Wales, just the other side of the border. And he's chosen to step down to the Championship. Of course, he won't start, but he's going to be sitting on that bench very comfortably. As we're going to make us way now to the middle half of the season, where we should be in a promotion fight with the team we've built. Wait. I've actually found another decent player, though. This free agent that we can take. Adriano Texiera cost us nothing. 16-year-old 70 rated. And halfway through, I'm thinking we're living up to this promotion fight. 8th position in the league, 2 points off the playoffs, where West Brom sit. Did we win our local rival game? Yes, we won against Swansea. I know Cardiff aren't in this league. I didn't really consider Newport won in the first season in League 2, but good to beat Swansea. And we have Manchester City after West Brom in this window. Window in which we have no money, so unless someone goes out, we won't be spending. Ratings going up a lot. Come end of the season, we finished in them playoff positions. Whoa. Just in it by a win. We've got to go to Stoke now, who finished on 94 points and just missed out themselves against Watford. Norwich City bossed the league. Liverpool won the Carabao Cup, if you are interested. And of course, we know what happened in the FA Cup. Give it a good go against the eventual winners. But how are we going to do in these playoffs? First one, we've won! Tyler Roberts and Kane Wilson. Surely we couldn't actually knock Stoke out. They were disappointed last minute, and they're disappointed again because Roberts and Paul Mullin in extra time send Wrexham to the Championship playoff final. After just sneaking into them playoff positions, this is good. And it is Bournemouth in the final at Wembley. And now Wrexham gonna be in the Premier League in season number 5. They will, you know, because Tyler Roberts, the ex-Leeds United attacking midfielder, has sent us there. Goals from Ferguson, Antoine Semenyo, Collins, Pedrosa, and Tyler Roberts. 3 minutes to go in a very, very tight, compact and entertaining Champions League final game. Reynolds and McElhenney must have been beside themselves as this team has done it. And before I show you, who do you think scored the most goals for us? It's him again. It's just him. It is. As Ross Barkley. Our attacking midfielder's doing very well, and you cannot underestimate Kane Wilson's performance. 10 goals and 7 assists from wing back. I pray to the Lord that the board give us a decent budget. Get your money out from filming Deadpool 3, Mr. Reynolds, because this team does need some work. A midfielder and a couple of defenders would not go amiss. I really need to ring up Rob and Ryan and ask how good it feels for the Reds to be a Premier League side. If they would have asked for this in 5 years' time, pretty sure they'll bite your hand off. That's what we want to do for some new signings. We've got some youngsters coming through on the bench. Still quite a few players who started this save here, like Hayden, even Davies, and Super Paul Mullin. The board want a crucial midfielder and 20 games with 1 goal. That's a lot for a Premier League season. But after contracts, 31 million in the bank is decent. But is it decent enough? That's all Hollywood money. Who do we sign with it? The board really not happy with us, but we've just signed another 5-star scout. I'm hoping youth can work for us. And we begin by losing a player that we've just signed, and we've signed him twice. Clayson is going to the Blades. He really wasn't happy with Danny Ward coming in. Bryce Hosanna also leaves the clubs and bids in for our best players. Ferguson wanted by Sociedad, but I'm going to demand 50 million. And Kane wanted by Fiorentina. He is not for sale. Oh man, but it's broke down. Making our money on this team with Max Cleworth going out, with Birkenstaff just following him out to Hillsborough. As we're going to sign 2 players right here. Another striker to replace him in Ache is just going to be an amazing little backup. And utilising the free agent again, Diego Allende is a centre-back who could start. The Spaniard is only like 28. I mean, yeah, it's okay, but that still needs to be a better squad. And Isaac Davies has actually left, going to the Union over in the MLS. Rob McElhenney will be happy with that. If you didn't know, Rob McElhenney, the co-owner from Philadelphia himself, filming the show. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. Maybe sunny in Wrexham this season, because pre-season's going perfectly, beating teams like Celta Vigo. Rory Watson leaves, one of our backup goalkeepers. It is like most of the National League players are going whilst they're in the Prem. Guess they just wanted to get there, as we've got our man, another midfielder, a crucial one. Mikel Erbischer, what a player. He's cost £9 million. Oh dear, that might be Davies at the team. He's been here quite a while. And potentially a final signing, this time from Carricksborough, Riley McGree, for 8.5 million. We've been very decent with our spending. And we could not afford our final potential signing, so this squad is in charge of trying to keep Wrexham in the Premier League halfway through at least. And halfway through, this team is very unhappy. I wonder It's probably in the relegation zone, isn't it? Yeah, but we're hanging in there. We are level on points with Norwich City. This league looks survivable with the teams that are just above us. Come on, put it in for the Welsh pride. Who are we relying on? We're relying on Ferguson now. Where's Paul Mullin? Paul Mullin's got to the Premier League and he has scored 0 goals. I'm going to have to sit down with Paul Mullin. We're going to have a discussion about that, mate. I demand a bit more. Mostly it's just us loaning out youngsters at the moment. But we managed to make a signing ourselves. A midfielder coming in right now for 4 million. Lewis Cook brings a bit of experience from Bournemouth. All of these youngsters going out for 2 years. George Lees. And before we go into the second half of the season, Teixeira. What a player he has been at left wing back when required. And I didn't save the save before carrying on. Still, Mullin could have scored more goals now. As we finish 15th, we are clear of relegation. May have little bit of scummage going on there, but get in there. We lost 20 games, but this squad has kept us in the division. Paul Mullin, you can see on the bench now, Ache in the squad. Definitely has to be defenders that we sign next season. Their midfield progressing and Ferguson, our diamond in the rough. And goal scoring at the end of the season, yes, not saving allowed Paul Mullin to get 11 goals. You can see Ferguson out there with 19, and Riley McGree, the Aussie, absolutely bloody love it, mate. Manchester City winning the Carabao Cup. Stop with the accent now because they beat us in the 4th round. FA Cup won by Leicester City, the 2nd time they've won it. And they knocked us out as well. In round 6, we got a quarter-final. Completed almost everything the board wanted. Still they're unhappy. Can tell the American owner's going a bit Todd Bowley-esque now. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Get your heads back on it. Keep me in charge. So, Wrexham are officially established in the Premier League. Won't be long till we hear it in real life. This is the squad that we do have. A very good one. Think improvements either have to be another striker, another defender, or a goalkeeper. Board very critical with their objectives. They want financial restrictions. Come on, Rob and Ryan. What are you doing to me? How much money have they given us to do that with? 17 million after signing contracts. 17 million ain't enough to get a high championship player. As we sell a player that's been here a while, Tom Lockyer. He goes to Espanyol, the Welshman. See you later. I'm slightly embarrassed. I wanted to get Brownhill in for a bit of experience. Beaten to him by Leyton Orient. Oh, and a big offer in for Evan Ferguson. What's going to happen with that? And Aaron Collins leaving. He is going to Ghent. And Harrison Burrows, the left wing back. Just because we've got Teixeira, I'm going to let him go for just 13 million. Mr. Versatile joins in Tiku. He is a Romanian. He's Premier League quality. We have our striker walking in here. It's another one. He isn't the starter right now, but he's got the potential to be. 18-year-old Nacho. Yes, Nacho. He's from Colombia, so he's from the Americas. Rob and Ryan looking around home. With Amadou Dabo joining in as well. 2 free agents. Good stuff. And as for the striker, I don't think I'm going to force the move. I'm going to see if Ruiz grows. Teixeira, Manning, Collins. We've got a lot of young players in and around this squad, which I'm very happy with. Dabo, another one. Oh dear. There's a bid actually coming in though for Ferguson from Juventus. But no messages about him leaving. Maybe we do have the Irishman going into this Premier League season. He's still in the squad. Oh no. But when I've gone to put players on training drills, Paul Mullin has announced his retirement at the end of the season. He's spent a whopping 7 years at the racecourse ground. Mr. Mullin will be missed. And the board not happy because halfway through Mullin's final run, we're 15th. We should be higher than that. Still 4 points above relegation. Need to start looking up though. Over down. Leaving the club as well here, Lewis Cook. He's going for 9 million to Wolves. Never got the game time. And he spent a year at Wrexham. With Tyler Roberts also going. Lost him on a free. And this is the cutscene we've not wanted. That's Evan. That's Evan Ferguson. He looks distraught to be leaving Wrexham. Still, he's had a move to Real Madrid. The 23-year-old, 100 million. That's right. It's not hit the bank as of late. But that money will even add up because we've lost Kane Wilson. That's a big loss. But PSG came knocking with 40 million, waving it in Rob and Ryan's face. And we've gone ahead to Toulouse to get their young centre-half. Denis Ferreira has come across 80 rated for 27 million, a bank breaker. And we've gone ahead and won the race for Chelsea's backup goalkeeper, Tajes Novak. He's cost us 40 million, double Ferreira almost, and he's 6'5", one for the future. And we've only got a half a season left of Chris Mepham. Wants a holiday to Portugal. And Adam Collins, one of them youngsters we started with, he wanted out. 12 million to go to the Eredivisie. People are starting to not believe in our project, so Wrexham boys, come on. Let's make sure we're the big club again. Start that off with Ivan Kubelicki. I think that's how you say his name. 80 rated youngster. And Tyrese Forner finally left the club. 6 million to go to Toulouse. And this is where the difference is made. Dortmund have been exposed for the next Haaland. This time it's called Højlund. He's coming across as our new striker to replace Evan Ferguson, alongside the addition of Manuel Akanji, just to strengthen up the back. He's cost 15 million, and we should have 36 million left for next season. See what that does, because at the moment, where are we in the league? 16th. Has to be better. End of the year, it's not much of an improvement. 13th. It's getting there, but it's not anywhere near the top 6. Paul Mullin as well has played his final appearance. Salute the big man. Did he get a goal to go out on? Oh, he might not have actually. He didn't. Only 2 appearances for the legend of Wrexham. Højlund got 10 goals in the second half of the season, but Nacho Ruiz, very nice. And Riley McGree again. McGree is on flames. FA Cup, it was Man City to win it, but we got a semi-final where we lost 3-2 to Wrexham. Not Wrexham. West Ham. Again, West Ham. I'm forgetting that we're even Wrexham ourselves because we play West Ham that much. I'm dying to think with that West Ham. West Ham sending me crazy as we didn't do well in the Carabao at all. Still, do not care. Morecambe beat us on penalties. I saw in a quick glimpse. Still, everyone signed up. This is the team. Let's try and get into Europe. Why not set ourselves some high standards? Season number 3 in the Premier League and we're only gifted 45 million to spend. Come on, Hollywood. Team's ratings are decent, of course. Højlund, or we'll just call him B-Tech Haaland, is a really good player. Novak in the goals, just such a steal. Teixeira stopped going up in rating, now he's playing at right wing back, so maybe a right wing back or even a left wing back. Just wing backs are where we need to improve. And hello to our new signing. Maybe the only one of this window, but it has addressed the position. Bore, the right wing back, comes from Manchester City. Basically just signing every player they don't want. But hey, it's made the board happy with us. I'm guessing they just like the approach of signing born winners. This is the squad now, so yes, rating's a lot better. Just Tiku, so I'm not going to force it, but I think it's okay. Is it Europa League worthy? The board telling us they want us in the Europa League. And as one player goes out in Reece Elliott on loan, I think I have faith in that squad to just give it all for the season. Be very interesting to see where we are in the league. We've got Hull City in the FA Cup. 8th position above Newcastle, above a lot of big teams. I'll take that. 8th position, very much in reach. Rating wise, the team looks good, and I think the goalkeeper's going to play a big part. Novak, Ruiz and Højlund, of course, as well. Kabore, brilliant shrewd bit of business. Our bench is quite weak, because I forgot to mention, actually, Jones on the bench did get loaned out to Brentford. We're not selling another original, so could we make some money and possibly sign a player to just boost us up a bit? And for one with us money, the bench looks weak, so I have gone ahead and brought Franklin back from his loan spell just to sit there. And I'm personally not sure what I can do with the team, but Ragnar Eik has left the club, the German. Bye-bye. And the only player I can really think about bringing in is another youngster to keep Rob and Ryan happy. I keep saying their names. Charles Blondell, welcome. Look at that now. 1 point between us and Liverpool. We've got to give it us all in this second half of the season. But lads, what went wrong in the second half of the season? We finished 12th. So far off 6th. This squad should be in Europe. I mean, there's no excuses for it, but we haven't got there. Haaland must be fuming. 17 goals for Nacho Ruiz. He's got more than Haaland, but that season for me is just a write-off. McGree up there as well. But yeah, not good. Not good. And before next season, we will lose Adriano Teixeira. He has put a transfer request in. 7.5 million. Board wants a lot more commitment. I want a lot more money. 43 million again. They just keep spewing. They must get like a paid, a wage slip from making the films and just give it straight to Wrexham. This time they want a crucial midfielder. They just keep rotating. A mid-table finish, even though I would like higher. Begin by losing an absolute huge player. Ronnie Edwards has gone to Fiorentina for 40 million. And our first signing, centre-back Malik Thiaw from Leeds United, who are still maybe without the championship. And we also lose his left wing-back Tiku. We're trying to look for a replacement. We've made money on him. Also following him out the door is another defender, Manuel Akanji. 35-year-old, cash out on him. And we also lose Subelik. Are we a selling club? Is this confirmation that we're a selling club? But we do manage to get our left wing back in, Luca Netz. He joins from Osasuna, the German. Comes to Wales. Alongside Pablo Martinez, backup striker. And Liam Oakley leaves the club. Youngsters. Now youngsters are making us money, which should keep Rob and Ryan happy. Getting closer to finishing the signings. So we've got a ex-Wonder Kid now. Gianluca Busio. He would have been a Wonder Kid if we signed him at the start of this save, but 40 million from Hertha Berlin. Alongside some backup. Pedro Pereira. Sorry, you're not that important. Oh my lord. American owners to an American owner who doesn't know his pockets limits. Nacho Ruiz has gone to Chelsea for 144 million. Big loss on deadline day. But if we can hold it out half a season, what a price tag. Allows us to spend a little bit of money on another defender, just to make me feel a bit more confident. Nathan Collins, the Irishman from Wolfsburg, tried to make some panic signings, as you can see, on deadline day, but has any gone through? They have not. And where are we going to be? With Martinez up front, got no fate. What? Okay, so we're in the Champions League places. Got to say, I didn't really see that coming. How much money have we got as well to spend? We've still got 134 million. Right, Champions League. Wrexham, it's written in the stars. The Hollywood stars. And we want to bring two players in. Number one is done. Ismail Kovacevic. Signed from Cadiz. And the man I've been after quite a while. He's quite special. The Blackpool fans have even got a song about him. Charlie Patino comes over from Marseille. That is the big bucks officially gone. This team should be getting in the Champions League. If it doesn't bottle its position, the bench is now strong. The team is now strong. And come the end of the season, how did this team do? It'll be a 6th place finish. We dropped out of it. Not good enough, lads. It's Hoyland has pulled us through. McGree still playing amazing. And Kovalevic will always struggle to say his name. And I am struggling to see positives coming out of this season. We didn't get a trophy. We've got the thumbs down from the board. Next season, it's going to be Champions League. It's got to be. Season number 8. Season number 9. I've lost count, but the Wrexham team definitely this year is good enough to get in the Champions League. So that is going to be our aim from the off. Bench definitely needs strengthening, so I think all our money will go into that, our money being 50 million. So we'll begin with a backup striker, Andreas Kohler, for the bench. He's a 77 rated German forward. Quite young as well, as Thanasis Harris joins as a backup defender. I didn't know his rating before I bought him, as oh, he's 81. Very decent. And our backup striker is right here. The Greek is signed. Odysseas Vlachimos. We've paid 500 or 650k, sorry, from Fiorentina. I'll take that all day long. And we actually lose a player. Tommy Franklin looks a very good player for next season. He's 75 rated as a cam, but not going to play. And we've even sold a Welshman here to Real Madrid in Reece Pritchard. And finally, we've brought a signing in, Anthony Roulant, or whatever it is. He's come to strengthen the back line of Parky's defence. What can Phil Parkinson do with this team? He's got a big task ahead of him. I can't even squeeze players on the bench. Dabo has to come out, and Ferreira, because Runaland is in. That team has to have Champions League football. It just has to. No more business. This save's gone on for years, so let's make sure it's a year to remember. And how can I even forget about our Europa Conference League campaign? Zagreb, Hernovina and Hearts. You know, out of all groups that you could get, there's that group there, there's that group there. I think we've got quite a little sneaky one. And halfway through this season, we are unfortunately near the bottom. But we're above 12th, actually. We're not above the bottom. We're all the way at the top, and we have lost 0 games, drawing 4. And a top spot above Chelsea by 6 points. Phenomenal. This team as well, more phenomenal. Look at Højlund, now 90 rated. We've got Novak in the net, who's doing very decent. Cover Vic at the side of him. Emirates FA Cup, we're still in it. Round 3, we come into it as Grimsby against Bournemouth is a good one. And we have West Brom, different from West Ham. The semi-final in the Carabao Cup, we've got Chelsea, who are second in the league. What a big run this could be. Could we get our first trophy? Although we are going to check where we are in the conference. Are we through? We are. We come top of the group, so we're through to the next round. Not going to lie to you guys. I've got no intentions of any signings, especially with just 8 million. I'm going to go to the end of the season. Does this team have what it takes to bottle the Premier League title? The answer is yes. Yes, it does. 2 defeats all season, and Chelsea have won the league. Hey, at least we've got Champions League football, but still, that's a bit bad. How do we do in the competitions anyway? The FA Cup won by City. Don't say we finished with no trophies. Aston Villa beat us. Carabao, yes! We do! The Welsh side have their trophy. We beat Tottenham Hotspur 1-0 at the final, and Chelsea we beat 4-3 on aggregate. What a game to get there. But we also had a European trophy, and we've won that as well. I didn't expect us to win this one. Stade Rennais took down in the final by Phil Parkinson's men. We kind of danced it, really, in the end. Yeah, very nice. I'm guessing that was done with the goal scorers we had. Højlund hit 43, 29 for Kovacic, and Riley McGree, he's the assist king. 32-year-old now. But what a player he is. Go on, Hollywood. Yes! 140 million. They've had to save up the pocket money from actually filming all them movies. Deadpool and Always Sunny proving very well. It should improve this team to give the Champions League a good run. That's what I want to do. Don't really care about winning the league. I've just realised for this final season, we're going to try and spice it up. We're going to try and keep an American and a Welshman in the squad. So we have the American in Busio. Do we have the Welshman? I think Powell is Welsh. He is. Is Myers as well? No, he's English. But we've got to keep them two in a squad throughout. The board demand it. And I believe we've just found the best player ever. Dennis Janssen. 85 rated. And guess what? I'm going to scroll down. He's 18-year-old. He's a Van Dijk plus a Delict. All in one just at a very young age. He's not going to be on the bench, of course. I'm not crazy. He's in the defense. And if you didn't know already, Ryan Reynolds actually isn't American. He's from Canada, so we've got a bit of Canadian in this team. And Davies very settled at Manchester City. So Jonathan David comes from Milan to Wrexham for 34.5 million. The funniest thing is, he's a world-class striker starting for Milan, but he's not even going to get in the team here at Wrexham. It's only really a midfielder I'm searching for now. 74 million. That should be it. That should be our Champions League squad. But we also need a Welshman, and this guy has took all his hair off. He's definitely not bald. I'm going to give you guys a chance to guess who that is. Yes, that name should not trick you. It's Brennan Johnson that we've signed. Honestly, unreal. And after a successful pre-season, we're going to go into the rest of it with this squad that you see on screen right now. I mean, Myers on the bench is the only really weak spot. And I'm going to change him for Powell. Why? Because he's Welsh. Next to Brennan Johnson, and we're going to switch up to be a striker as well as this team. It's coming for the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao, and most importantly, getting Phil Parkinson, Rob, and Ryan, the Champions League. Go on, give us your worst with the group. Oh, they have Real Madrid in there with Sporting and Alkmaar. I mean, to be fair, take it as a blessing, because if we get through with Real Madrid, we won't have to play them in the next round. Bayern Munich, Chelsea. Oh, there's a lot of good teams got through to the Champions League, as expected. We didn't make any signings that month because we were confident in ourselves, but I'm not confident with the position in the league. 6th. That is only conference as it stands. If someone wins another competition, are we in the other competitions? Yes. Of course, the FA Cup hasn't started yet, silly Billy, as we went out to Chelsea in the quarterfinals of the Carabao. Not a fan of that, but I am a fan of the Champions League. The board and the team know what's up. They know we want this trophy more than the other trophies, and we have smashed the group. 1 defeat, meaning we actually beat Real Madrid at one point, and we have Milan at the top. not one of the hardest. Do we do it in season number 1? I mean, the team's ratings are perfect for it. There's some really good ones, like no one under 85 rated. And it's been a weird season with no transfers, but I believe in the group to go away at Milan. And do we get anything with Højlund? Yes, we do. But it's our left wing back Nets hitting the back of the nets twice. But I've somehow found a way to be unhappy as we go through. Oh, I thought we were out there. I got terrified. We're beaten by Milan, but on the whole, Wrexham prevail. The best Welsh side to ever do it. I don't think any team, Cardiff, Swansea, Newport, the new Saints, none of them have done better than we are. Excited to see who we get next. Is it going to be threaded through here? Nothing so far. But it is now, and Ajax trees down. This run towards it's getting good. At the moment, I keep talking about Højlund, but it's hard to separate him and Kovacic because they are both over 90 rated now. Novak's trying to join the club, trying his hardest. First leg against Ajax, they've done well to get in themselves, but it's a win. And both of them on the score sheet. As overall, same as Milan, they've beaten us in the second leg. Virgil van Dijk scoring for them if it is him. Maybe he's gone back to Ajax for one last dance, but we've got to stop losing the second leg. Because if we lose the first leg of the next game, I'm not looking too hopeful. Inter, we've had Milan, we've had Ajax and Inter. Lads, if there's the biggest chance to win the Champions League, it's season number 1. We've done all the training. We've done everything to get us to this game. The team's tired from the training. But we get a first leg win. Right. If we don't lose 2-1, we could prevent extra time. Kovacic, ticking the box to get us halfway in to the final. Are they in a Champions League final? First season round. You bet they are! It's a 0-0 draw, and Wrexham AFC, all the way from the National League, have made it in 10 seasons' time. Called it 11. Just need to get out of the National League in real life. But they're doing it this season. They have made it to the Champions League final, as it will be Chelsea, our league opposition. They beat us to the title that year. There'll have to be revenge at this moment in time as well. I'm really missing Paul Mullin. I miss him. We lost the FA Cup, so we went out in the semi-finals to Liverpool, who eventually did win the whole thing. We've checked the Carabao. It's all down to the Champions League. We'll see the player stats, though, to see who's our favourites and scoring. It's Højlund still. He's got 31. A lot more than Kovacic, but they are similar ratings. Riley McGree's 33-year-old. He's a championship player in real life, but he's the captain of Wrexham, the Aussie, and he's almost in the second leg of double digits, 20 and 20. He's 17 goals, 16 assists. Busio's getting up there and Patino's just behind, but this man in particular has led the line better than anyone could have expected. Going with this team, we've done the training, we've done everything in the build-up to try and make sure we get the result in season number 1, because what an achievement it would be. Our bench very strong. Jonathan David, Brennan Johnson, the Welshman. Of course, I think I already know who our player of the season's going to be. But we're not finished here. I want to see Riley McGree lift that trophy against Chelsea. Walking into the stadium. Don't know which one it's at. It looks like a rather domestic one, maybe, in England, because it's got the brick wall. Not a slick stadium, as it's the Wanda Metropolitano, I think that is. Yeah, the Metropolitano. I keep saying Wanda at the start. It's Estadio. I think that's Atletico Madrid, if I'm not mistaken. Still, I might be, but it's a big final day for Wrexham and England. England versus Wales, or I mean Chelsea, of course, but still. Battle of the countries, battle of the Premier League, battle of the best. Everything we've done's built up to this. It's nice to see Wrexham's National League kit in play as Højlund to tackle straight away onto our Dane. Uses Busio, the American, going for a shot. What an early chance. Riley McGree making the tackle as well to get us the ball back. We do have their ex-goalkeeper in Novak, who was on their bench. As here's Charlie Patino. Charlie Patino with a 4th-minute goal for Wrexham. It's a screamer, learnt and perfected at the racecourse. Get in, Patino. He's the best in the world. It's Charlie Patino. What a goal from the number 23. Curls it over the top of Facheo. Oh, Wrexham. What a Champions League final. Love an early start. Look at Højlund. He's just hustling their defenders. Do not let Omblabadine, I don't know who he is. Maybe the American from Norwich, but we're not letting him touch the ball because Kovacic with the ball here. A little bit out wide, cuts inside, near post! He's even joined in the fun. It's 2-0 Wrexham. It takes the shine away from a tightly contested Champions League final, but I'll take 2 goals. I'll take winning it. Riley McGree battling it out as well on their defence. Oh, Højlund. It's going to get embarrassing for the Blues. It has done. Kovacic. An easy run to get here and an easy game, it seems. Patino having to do some defending. Lads, game's not over. Getting closer. Still he's here again. He's the Great Dane. He wants another goal. He's got past. Look at the men who are running alongside him. He's been greedy. Greedy man. Here is Kabore, though. Kabore with a great run round the side. It's almost ahead of Riley McGree. It'd be good if he scored. He's won the ball. And he has scored. Pacheco can't keep it out. Chelsea are humiliated. Maybe it's time I went on ultimate because this game is seriously working for us. He's on a hat-trick and he's hit the crossbar. Head that down, McGree. Half to forget for Chelsea, but one to remember for Wrexham. We've got 45 minutes. Do we increase it or do we actually get some goals conceded? Gives us a chance to keep going though. Pass in the middle into Patino. Look at that. Kovacic, hat-trick, he gets it. He's put it at the bottom corner of Pacheco. I mean, we can pronounce it how we want. It is a regen, but I'm guessing that is the way as Højlund. It could have 4, you know, knocking on the Chelsea door. It could get ugly. It could get very ugly. Højlund, what are you doing? And a player's just come on for Chelsea. We can't really see him right now because I could never get the ball, but Vinny Souza, that's the man tackling right there. He's the man we tried to sign at the start of this season. Took the wrong choice in staying at Chelsea because of the wages. We're not even a rich club when you think about it. We've just had a couple of good sales and made the cash that we've spent. What a ball that was. Oh, it's a mess up. It's an absolute mess up. It's a mess up. Højlund for 6. We're having a great performance as it stands. We've literally got 13 minutes left. Ball into Højlund. 7 goals for Wrexham. Maybe we get 9 because it was a 9-goal thriller that stopped them from getting into League 2 last season. Maybe it's a 9-goal thriller that wins them the Champions League. Here we go. A tackle. Højlund onto Kovacic. He's got a pass across. He's got a hat-trick as well. One more. Go on. One more. This is on legendary, by the way. Chelsea are terrible. Chelsea are terrible. McGree should have had it. I just can't believe it's 8-0. Still, we've got the ball. Look, Chelsea are coming at us. They're trying to make the tackles. They just cannot do it because the passing's that quick. It's through. It's Bussio. It's 9 goals to Wrexham. What a save this has been and what a scoreline. It's been the easiest team to ever use in career mode. It's been that good. Don't think we'll have time for double digits, especially not in a Champions League final. That would be rude as it's 1. Phil Parkinson has done what he set out to do. McElhenney and Reynolds will be very impressed with what they've built right here because Wrexham have won the Champions League. We're going to get to see Riley McGree be the one to lift the trophy high into the Spanish sky. Look at that, the number 17. He's been a revelation since he come in. We've got 3 players to pick, and I think we might know one of them. Rob and Ryan, this is for you. That is for Hollywood. Wrexham AFC from the National League to the Champions League through the Premier League. They have done it. Now for the players we've got to pick. We've got to go straight away with Højlund. 4 goals in a Champions League final and a 9-0 thrashing of Chelsea gets himself straight in there. The next Haaland, as then the next one. Riley McGree, he was superb. The Aussie is just the best Australian to ever live. He is. He's been amazing, sensational. But the player of the save, he's not here to see us win it. And he hasn't died. But we go out to Paul Mullen. If you didn't see what I just did, I did that one. Because it's an amazing story. Wrexham, Champions League finalists and winners. If you want to see another rebuild, comment a team down below that you want me to see rebuilt. And of course, we've got Rochdale, we've got Gillingham, we've got Everton, and we've got Steven Gerrard. Comment some managers, players, teams, and I'll see you all in the next one.